Man, the secondary is really getting killed with injuries.
No, that's brutal.
Harris, broken bone in his leg, concussion to Lattimore. Jones already out. Talk about some of those injuries and how serious they are.
Brutal. Yeah, and it's bad. And
Amos has been playing hurt too.
Yeah, no, and they felt pretty good about their depth at corner, and it's being depleted already. So they're lucky that they have other guys that can go out there and play. But, it's not an ideal situation. They have, in the practice squad, they have Carlin Vigors, too, whom I know they like, but I think he's he's a guy they want to develop more than they say he's ready to go out there and just go play. We saw this summer that there were still some things he has to learn. They had Antonio Hamilton. They liked him because of his experience and his special teams play. But I don't think you wanted to get into the situation where you're having to play them in key spots so early. I think that safety will be interesting because you do have guys who can do things, but, Harris was adept at covering tight ends. He and Zach Ertz had a lot of good battles this summer. And I don't know, do you have a guy like Jeremy Reeves is a very smart safety, can go in there and play, and Percy Butler has experience and has speed, but they're not the same. They're all different guys. Mm-hmm. And Tyler Owens has been playing a lot more, and so, can he become more of that guy? He's been playing in the box a lot. So, you're going to have to piece it together, but it's not. When you start losing guys early, man, it's hard because you're going to lose guys late, and they did not have to deal with this last year. Nothing like this.
Nope.
And so you're really going to be tested because of it, but tested in a way that you hope not to be so early. That's the concern. That more would happen.
Would you expect them to the way that Mariota can control the offense and play? Now, look, they're going to face a desperate Falcon team.
Right.
The Falcons are desperate to win and score some points, but at least you're not playing the Packers or the Eagles. You're not playing a division game. Do you think that Dan says, you know what, we can hold JD out one more week, get him 100% for that Charger game, and play Marcus?
I think if Jaden's 100, if Jaden is where he can play, I think he plays. This has always been a day-to-day, week-to-week situation. So it was not, a guarantee of, well, he'll probably just miss one game. They just didn't know. So we're going to go through the whole thing this week with what can he do? Can he do the cutting the way he needs to, et cetera? I think if he can, then he would play. I think if it's close, you can just say, you know what? And they already knew that Marcus, I think, would do pretty well. Like they have confidence in him. So what he showed yesterday is what I think they felt like he could do. But yes, it gives them, if it's close, it gives them the insurance to say, like, okay, let's get it fully right because it's still a long season. So yeah, it gives you that ability. But I think if he's ready, then he will play. I don't think they'd hold him out just to give him another week.
Man, that hit on Dan looked bad.
Oh my God,
that looked bad.
I don't know how he bounced up.
I know.
That's it's a hard noggin he's got there because that it bounced, and he was
definitely dazed.
Yeah, you could tell.
Yeah, for sure. But it was, he looked like a guy who'd been in a fight after the game.
Yes.
He's still got blood on his mustache, and his bridge of his nose is cut, but he's smiling because he knows he won.
Mm-hmm.
It was I was thinking about that this morning. It's got to be hurting him this morning.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he is.
That was brutal. But it's so that whole situation too. He's a guy that brings in these motivational speakers. He's got all these sayings on the walls and all that. And it was, you get knocked down, you bounce back up. And like Bobby Wagner said, he basically showed that he lives what he preaches. Now, if he stayed down, I don't think anybody would blame him because that was a shot. But it gave, I think they took some inspiration from that. When you see the guy who's in charge, who's going through that and bounces back up and goes gets back out there and is in the middle of the huddle in the locker room, like they get fired up by that stuff, and they love playing for that guy anyways. And then this just kind of adds to it. And
John, real quick, quick, we'll run out of time.
Okay.
Was Jaden limping? I was kind of surprised when they were like, if this was a playoff game, no chance he'd play. That actually was like, whoa, we're not anywhere close here. What did you see, like him walking around?
The hard part is, like, sometimes when I saw him, there would be a brace on. So you may walk a different way with that. But otherwise, I didn't see – like, after the game the other night, you definitely saw him. It was a strong limp, right? I didn't see anything like that. But there may have been a slight, hitch in the gait a little bit. But, I don't know.
It wasn't that noticeable.
It wasn't as pronounced as it was after the game, for sure.
Right.
He seemed like he was in good spirits.
Yeah, no, he and in the locker room the other day, like he seemed normal. Like he's ragging on guys about things. He seemed like his normal self. He handles things pretty well.
Mm-hmm.